Welcome to the Man of Recaps. This is the complete Planet of the Apes recap before Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. In the original 1968 Planet of the Apes, a future Earth was ruled by intelligent apes while humans had devolved into a lesser species. The recent movies explore how we got there, beginning with Rise of the Planet of the Apes. James Franco is a scientist working to cure Alzheimer's. He's testing his new serum on chimpanzees, and this one worked. He's made a real smart ape. But soon this chimp starts acting weird and causes a scene in front of the investors, so the program is shut down. But turns out it wasn't the serum that made her violent, she was just protecting her new baby, which somehow she gave birth to without anyone noticing. So James Franco takes the baby home and names him Caesar, where he becomes his lovable pet/son. Because indeed he was born with the effects of the serum, he's way smarter than your average ape. Caesar has a happy childhood, where on the weekends he goes to the redwood forest and he can climb around to his heart's content. But as Caesar grows up, he begins to have an existential crisis about his place in the world. He's smarter than animals, but still treated like one. Now the project was officially shut down, but James Franco steals some of the serum to give to his Alzheimer's dad, and while he's cured, he can play piano again. But eventually, the cure wears off, and he gets into a fight with a neighbor, so Caesar jumps in to protect him. But even though it wasn't his fault, Caesar gets sent to ape jail, which apparently is a thing? The guy that works here is real mean to him, and the other chimps are mean to him too. And his friend James Franco can't get him out, so Caesar's got to take matters into his own hands. He quickly learns how to break out of his cell and earns the loyalty of the other apes, so Caesar becomes the new prison boss. His best friend in here is the orangutan Maurice, because he's pretty smart, knows sign language too. And Caesar explains his philosophy, that is the famous quote from these movies: "Apes alone are weak, but apes together strong." Now James Franco gets the project restarted when he explains the serum cured my dad. Temporarily, we just need to make a stronger version. So they quickly restart trials, but skip over some basic lab safety. But their new test ape Koba gets real smart real fast. Now Caesar breaks out and raids James Franco's fridge so he can give the new serum to all his ape friends. And it works. Now Caesar's got a whole bunch of smart apes. Now he stands up to this douchebag guy. "Get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape." And Caesar has figured out how to speak. He says no. So he fires up the electric stick, Caesar blasts him with the hose and electrocutes this guy. And so it's time for a great ape escape. First they bust into James Franco's lab and free all the other new smart ape test subjects. Now the apes are on the loose, monkeying around San Francisco. They can be free in the redwood forest if they can cross the Golden Gate Bridge. But the humans are here to stop them, so it's time for a big old fight. But the humans weren't prepared for intelligent apes who flank them coming in from underneath. The science lab boss is flying around in a helicopter, but the gorilla leaps up there and takes this thing out. James Franco catches up to his old pal Caesar. "Hey there, son, why don't you come home?" But Caesar's now with others like himself, so he tells James Franco Caesar is home. So Caesar has founded a new society, and it's a beautiful dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Though Dawn is actually the name of the second movie. The big question is why a few dozen apes weren't immediately eradicated by the US military. Turns out they were dealing with a bigger problem because this serum is deadly to humans, and it quickly spread around the globe as the simian flu. And this pandemic was the big one that almost completely wiped us out. So we pick up about 10 years later, where Caesar and his apes are thriving, living a happy tribal life. Caesar has a son named Blue Eyes, and now he has another baby boy. And so life is really good. They figure humans are extinct. But one day, some humans show up. Caesar's gotta run them off. A bunch of human survivors immune to the virus have gathered here in San Francisco under leadership of Gary Oldman. So it's a great ape debate on what to do. Koba had a lot of bad experiences with humans. He's on the team, we should wipe them all out. But Maurice and Caesar hope to live in peace. So the apes ride out as a show of force. "Hey, we'll stay on our land and you stay on yours." But scientist guy comes on back. "There's something on your land we really need. Yes, it's a hydroelectric dam. Just give me a few days to get it up and running, then we'll stay out of your hair for good." So there's some heartwarming moments of humans and apes getting along, but some humans turns out are douchebags. And some apes are douchebags too, like Koba just won't let this go. Caesar finally has to show him who's boss, but he doesn't kill him. That's their big rule: ape not kill ape. So they get the power up and running, and the future looks bright. But Koba went down to the human armory and tricked these guys by acting real chill before killing them. Now from the shadows, he assassinates Caesar, et tu, Brute! He pretends to find the gun and convinces the apes the humans killed Caesar. So they raid the human armory and steal a whole buttload of guns, and it turns into an epic battle. In fact, this movie could reasonably be called The War for the Planet of the Apes. Koba and the apes win and lock up the surviving humans, but he also locks up any dissenters, and Caesar's son realizes Koba staged a coup. So Blue Eyes stages a prison break with Caesar's symbol, the diamond in the circle, which is the window frame of the attic room where he grew up. But turns out Caesar survived. The good humans take him to a house to recuperate, which improbably is James Franco's old house. Once Caesar's better, he comes to challenge Koba for leadership, and it's a big old ape fight, hilariously evocative of Donkey Kong because they're in the construction site. Meanwhile, Gary Oldman rigged this whole building with explosives to take out all those damn dirty apes. And so it ends with a reverse Mufasa as Caesar drops Koba down. But Good Guy Human has some bad news. They managed to contact a big human army that's on their way now to fight the apes. So Caesar says goodbye to his new human friend, whose name I don't know. Anytime we were getting to know the humans, I absolutely fell asleep. Now Caesar is the ape leader again, as the apes prepare for war. And war is the title of the next movie, but the only time human and apes fight in this movie is in this very first scene. Caesar never wanted this war, so now he's trying to make peace. Caesar's son Blue Eyes has just returned from a scouting mission. He found a new home for the apes far from all this fighting. But that very night, they're attacked by a human strike team led by the Colonel Woody Harrelson himself. And he killed Caesar's family. Yeah, this war just got personal. His youngest son survives, and he sends him ahead with the other apes because Caesar and his 3 best friends are going to kill Woody Harrelson. First, they kill this random dude who turns out had a daughter. Maurice feels bad and wants to adopt her, and she's okay going along with these apes. Something's weird about her, she can't talk. But they find a new ape who can talk. He's not part of Caesar's crew. It seems the virus spread around the world and did indeed make all apes smart. Up north, they find the human base, where Woody Harrelson is a post-apocalypse warlord. And bad news, they've captured all of Caesar's apes and put them to work as slaves. Caesar is quickly captured too, and Woody Harrelson explains that the virus has mutated. It's now making humans dumb. Turns out he's also fighting other humans, and so he's making the apes build a big wall. So most of this movie is ape abuse, until Caesar finally stands up. The rest of the apes had given up, but seeing Caesar's act of defiance inspires them to rise up, so this movie really should be called The Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Caesar's friends are still outside. They find the tunnels to let him sneak in and stage a great ape jailbreak. But just then, the other humans get here, and it's a big old human versus human war with our escaping apes caught in the middle. Caesar uses the distraction to sneak in and kill the colonel, but when he gets there, he can't speak anymore. Yeah, he caught the dumb disease. Another big character was the ape who sided with the humans. They call him Donkey, and he was okay with tormenting his own people, but now he finally has a change of heart. So now, when Caesar is in big trouble, Donkey comes in with the grenade launcher redemption. So Caesar's able to blow up this fuel tank, which the humans built their wall right next to. In fact, I guess they got fuel tanks everywhere, and the whole base explodes. So the good guy humans have won the day, though they will probably kill the apes too. But just then, an avalanche is coming, and it wipes this whole human army out, while the apes climb the trees, and the day is saved. So the apes have won the war, but they decide to leave anyway. They settle in a beautiful valley where the next generation can live in peace. But unfortunately, Caesar himself was injured in the fighting, and now Caesar dies. But he secured a bright future for his people, where they can build a kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. If you liked this recap, hit that subscribe button for more of the best recaps of TV and movies.